Welcome back to another episode of the Amateurs NYC. I'm your host, Darryl the Great. I'm here with amateur photographer Edwin Asensio. He was out here on Halloween and he photographed a key moment in a soccer player's life in which they are done playing for that organization.
Yes,
And
yes, yes, yes.
this was the first time that Edwin was under the big flashing lights. He's done, sports photography before. He's photographed me, throwing the rock, slinging the rock, running with the rock, and this is my brother. And I just wanted to show appreciation and gratitude. And I want the amateur community to do the same thing for my man Edwin Asensio. He's out here, he's making big moves, he's taking pictures of fucking superheroes on the field. Edwin Asensio, how do you fucking feel about your accomplishment?
It's a big fucking milestone, bro. It was like sensory overload, taking it all in, soaking it all in, the entire experience. Uh, Prior to Sunday, I was more of a college, high school, ball, football, um, stadiums, their respective stadiums, their fields, being at a high school field. It's kind of, you're doing whatever at a high school game. College, when I was at Stony, you're just pretty much chilling at, they're pretty much let you do wherever to a certain point with Stony Brook. It's not as a big stadium, but it's pretty, still nice. And then going to where I was there, bro, I was into, excuse me, I was assigned to shoot Gotham FC, Women's National Women's Soccer League. They are in the New Jersey, New York. They represent the New York, New Jersey area, and they play out in Red Bull Arena, bro. And that was my first time being in an arena, sort of like on this kind of level, kind of like MetLife, and to be behind the scenes, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like the the moment I got there, they had parking, which is fucking crazy, bro. You know the shit about that, bro? Like, you know how it is to go to like events and like I don't know, City Field or MetLife. MetLife is a great fucking example of that shit. Where parking is so fucking ass, like it's so difficult to find. It's pretty much impossible to find parking, and then leaving is a whole different. There's a whole nother story in itself. So luckily enough, being a member of the media, which is sounds crazy to me. Just saying that just now sounded crazy. Sounds crazy. You get parking passes, so I got the opportunity to get a parking pass, and fuck it, I just took it. I was like, yeah, sure, yo, shit, give me the parking pass. I'll send me to the lot. I'm there, and I got to like a specific lot that says authorized personnel only. And then the guy was there to scan like my badge, and then I was like, I'm in. I was like, just do me a favor, park facing the arena. Don't park the opposite way. I'm like, I bet, bro. That's kind of like the first thing that stood out to me out of the entire day, among a ton of other things. Get to security, the specific will call, and that's why I picked up this sucker right here. In case it's gonna be backwards. Well, actually no, but yeah, I can't
That's
show it for too
official.
long. That is official with the lanyard and all, bro. Like that's official. And then once I got in, the security check, check my name off, asked me some COVID things. I thought I was gonna get a test there, to be honest, bro. I thought we were gonna take that little swab and just, hey, just sit still for me 1 second. Like I was like,
I haven't
damn,
had
I don't
one of
know. I'm
those
gonna
in a
take
minute.
COVID tests suck, bro. I hate them. Yeah, I didn't want to go through that. I was like, yo, I was afraid, but they didn't do that. So, and then once you're inside, you're in literally in the hallways. Kind of, you're not in like the concession stands. There's nothing like you would see like. And I've been to Red Bull Arena a few years ago to watch a game, and I kind of remember how it is. It was nothing like that. You go upstairs, there's elevators, the stairs that go up to the second floor, and then there's a small little hallway. It has like a bunch of like the Red Bull signage and we are red, and there's kind of like offices, like some offices are there, and they got like a press room and a photo room. So that's where I was stationed, at the photo room. And they had a ton of, I mean, they have free water, they had amenities. They're looking out for a lot of them. They had Wi-Fi, some outlets you could plug your phone in or your camera or your laptop charger, whatever you have. So that was pretty. That was like, oh shit, they're looking out for everybody. Because when I went to Stony or like the high schools, bro, you on your own, bro. You just like, all right, bring your stuff. Hope you got enough juice to get your stuff done and to get your photos out. There's no place where you can really sit down and go on your computer or your tablet. Like those things don't have that. This is a professional major league arena, so they have all of the amenities for you. That's which is like that. That's the first thing. That's another thing that stuck out to me out of the day. And yeah, I went to pick up a bib. They gave me like some orange bib that basically shows you like, hey, listen, you're on photo assignment basically. Besides the lanyard and the badge. So I went downstairs trying to find my way around. Is I guess some girls like I guess she does. I forgot what she really does for the team, but she works for the team. She kind of chaperones and tells people where to go basically. So I met with her, introduced myself. She was very kind and very friendly and showed me around. And then once I got to the field, bro, there's a certain section you gotta go out to. Little like you walking out and right there, bro. And I saw everything above me, bro. That shit was crazy, bro.
You was running out the tunnel.
I didn't run out of the tunnel, but technically it's like now the players come out a different tunnel. Um, that part of the for media, that's like exclusively like you cannot walk there. Above them is the press box, which I went to check out for a quick second, and it was a nice view from up there too. But it's a press box. A lot of people have in their like documents. People that write for the teams or write for the New York Post or whatever the case may be. They were there. There was a lot of people there that game because of Carly Lloyd, which is her final. It was her final home game. U.S. United States women's legend, soccer legend. That was her last game in the home state of New Jersey. So it was a lot of like a very big buzz. And it felt like a very much like a big ass responsibility to be like, yo, you got to get this shit done. You got to get these pictures of her because a lot of the news outlets are going to be looking for that. And the websites will be looking for that. So that was it felt like a high pressure situation. So that was like, damn, all right. I ain't doing no small ball here. This is like the big league. So yeah, bro. When I got to that, there's media boards on the side. I don't know if you watched a couple soccer games, right, bro? Like you watched soccer matches before, right? So you know how they have the advertisements on the sides. Generally, when you're watching a game, you see like the
Mm-hmm.
boards. They have like a Nike ad or a CBS or a drink or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm on each end, and on each end there's boards there too, and I'm literally behind them, behind the boards. So right there is a player as a corner kicks. Like when I was seeing the corner kicks, the player she was there kicking the corner. She was really right there, like literally, like not even. It was really pretty close. Like I
You
was
can
just
smell
like,
her.
oh, nah, no, you couldn't do that. No, not like, no.
You could see like her sweat or I don't know.
Yeah, you could
You
see
could,
like you could hear what they're saying, and
okay.
you could tell they're like, yo, that like a couple of them were kind of tight because they weren't somebody fucked up, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what was the real story on that. So that was pretty close. I was pretty much right there, and the whole time trying to take pictures, bro. I'm just snapping away, snapping away, snapping away. You kind of you can't cheer. You obviously can't cheer as a part of the media. It's very frowned upon for you to cheer for the team, even though you want to cheer. You feel you're like, all right, that's great that they scored, but at the same time, you got to be very like subtle about it. You got to be under your breath, like kind of like hiding that. You got not kind of, but you have to hide it. There's no, I can't be like at the Giants game if they score a touchdown or the nice three ball. I can't cheer them on like I gotta be like, oh yeah, that's lit, that's lit. Like I gotta be like this, like, yo, let's go, like that. So when they scored a goal, it's
Let's
kind of
fucking go.
let's fucking go. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. But you gotta be under your breath. So when it scored a goal, when they made a play, I was happy. But at the same time, you're there to do a job, and that's what I realized. I realized that day on Sunday. I realized that like This is what it is to be in this situation. This is what it is to be in an arena. This is what it is to be on assignment at a major league level, compared to being whatever I'd done before that. Like this is what it was, and yeah, man, it was at the end of the game. Did my thing. Towards the end of the game, they had a farewell ceremony, so that's when I actually got onto the field. Like I stepped on the turf, like grass and like on the field, like that was that right there. It didn't really occur to me when I was on the field until I like afterwards, like when I was done taking pictures of her and she was talking to the fans, get a picture of her family. I took all those pictures. Then I realized like, oh crap, I'm like on like I'm standing on the field. Like there's no there's no like, yo, I'm not in the stands, I'm not on the side, I'm on the grass. So that was fucking nuts too. I was like, holy shit. After the game, all the players came out to sign autographs for the fans. I had one interaction with a player. She was she was very open. I took a quick I snapped the flick of her because I caught her signing something for a fan, so she posed like real quick, and we had a like short exchange, and that was it, yo. I ended up I was like, yo, let me get the hell out of here because the traffic back to New York is gonna be straight ass, and you know how it is from Jersey to New York. Kind of like MetLife type beat, stuck in traffic. So got that done, man. What an experience. The only grab I have to say is just getting through these pictures, yo. That shit was like, is there, if there's any plus positives and pros and cons to a job, the pros is that you get to be basically, if you're a fan of the sport, you could be literally right, like the closest. I don't think you're getting closer than that unless you're the actual, like a player. I think that's the closest you could be like ever to anything. And then the cons is just basically like, yo, you got to go through probably a couple hours worth of pictures just to get the right ones that you picked out. You have to go through them. So like 3,000 images, bro. Like, yo. But yeah, man, milestone indeed, man. Big
Yes, I'm
milestone
proud of
indeed.
you. We're all proud of you. We hope you have the next one. It's just as exciting for you, and many more to come. We're wishing many more for you. You're my best friend, and it's kind of cool to say like, yeah, my best friend is a photographer for professional sports teams. That's what he likes to do.
Yo, next step, bro, is the Giants to be in this stadium. That's eventually the next step, and to be a city next year. That's another
Oh yeah, I
goal
mean,
of mine.
me personally, I wouldn't want to photograph the Giants. They're a terrible team. They're a terrible fucking team, bro.
Yo, all
They're
right, bro. Hold on,
absolutely
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
disgusting.
hold on. Boss, Daryl, bro, give me just before you go off on them. All right.
I'm not gonna go off. We're not gonna give these Giants airtime, bro. We know what it is. It's the same shit every week. I'm tired of it.
Sad to say, but that is true though. You're not wrong.
We
Same
have
old
won
bullshit
nothing.
with the Giants. We can't get anything fucking going. We had the game. The Chiefs served us a nice W on the platter, and we said, "Fuck it, I'm not fucking hungry, bro." That's the
I
Giants right there.
predicted this. I predicted this. The Chiefs are not playing like the Chiefs, right? I
They
predicted
weren't
this.
playing. I know you. You're not wrong. I'm telling you, the Giants. I'm getting a little upset here thinking about this shit again. The Giants had that game. That was their game to win. The Chiefs did not look like the Chiefs. I'm telling you, bro. If it was any other team playing Kansas City, they would have lost that game because that team, any other team that's not the Giants or the Detroit Lions, they would have won a game against them. The Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs were not the same old the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs that I saw on Monday night. The Giants had that game in for the taking, and they didn't. They penalties killed them really, and
Bro, it was the headsets. The headsets weren't working.
I can't
An
hear you, bro.
organization, the
I
or
can't hear you.
an
I can't hear you.
organization like the New York Giants, the head coach has to say to the NFL that the headsets weren't working, and that's why we had to burn timeouts. But
Hello,
wait
I
a
can't
minute,
hear
wait a
you,
minute,
bro.
wait
I
a
can't
minute.
hear you, bro. My headset doesn't work. We have the same
Listen,
issues as the NFL now,
no, bro,
right?
no, we don't. We fucking our headsets work. We're not the fucking NFL. We're not a fucking $1 trillion organization.
That's
The Giants,
that's
the Giants are, and the head coach thought it was like a good idea to go up to the media and tell them that, yeah, well, our headsets weren't working, and you thought like that was gonna get smooth over by all the fans. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, the headsets weren't working. Yeah, nah, yeah, you're definitely excused. No, you're not. No, you're not, bro. And listen, I was a huge believer of Joe Judge, you know, but I'm under the impression that he just does the same thing that David Gettleman does, and that's just say things that we want to hear. And I'm
that's your
getting
boy,
tired of it.
man. That's your
He
boy.
was, he was. I'm over it, bro.
Gettleman's your boy, man. That's your ride or die, man.
Listen, bro. I don't want to talk about this team. I don't want to discuss this team. This team doesn't know how to play football. They don't know how to develop their players properly. They don't. They only know how to do little. I mean, listen. Offensively, they've been getting a little bit more creative, and I'm like, oh, I saw that little play with Tony and to Shep, but
Yeah,
Shep is fucking hurt again. Tony's fucking hurt again. It's the same fucking shit. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to talk about this. But what I do want to talk about is the last great New York Giant before Eli Manning. A lot of people call him a diva, and I get it. He is a diva in certain aspects, but there's no denying this man's talent, and that is Odell Beckham Jr. The Browns told him, you don't got to come to work today. Just stay home. Following a post on Twitter where I believe it was his dad that, did he take that video where Beckham was wide open?
um, I I want to say it's his video, but it could have been just from maybe somebody sent it to him. I mean,
Oh,
there's no, I don't know where the source came from, but yeah, there was a video of Odell Beckham practically wide open and Baker looking at other options. Now, at the end of the day, it's not really, I don't think it's Baker's fault. Now, you going through your reads, Baker Mayfield, I don't know. You got to give it to, like, he's hurt. I don't know. He's not really in the right, his mind's not in the right place. So you can't blame it all on him, but yeah, if OBJ is wide open, I don't see why you don't hit him. Like, bro, like go through your reads. Like you're an NFL quarterback. I don't.
if
It's
I'm
not
going
just
through a read as an NFL quarterback, I'm looking for Odell Beckham on every
exactly. That's
fucking
what I'm
play.
gonna say. You go through. You go look for Odell. You. I don't see why you ignore a talent like that unless it's the coach's decision or somebody that's like, don't give him the ball, which is it could be that I don't know. That's OBJ has a legitimate reason to be pissed, but that's just who he is as his character. He demands the ball. Like as a wide receiver, there's an old saying: wide receivers without quarterbacks are nothing. They're the quarterback. You look at a quarterback, they're the main, like the main attraction on an NFL team. Like if your quarterback is a star QB, most of the time you think of if you look at NFL team, you're gonna think of a quarterback. Am I right? Am I wrong? Like you
Oh yeah,
have
of
like a
course. They're
Kyler
the
Murray.
moneymakers.
Yeah. You have a Kyler Murray in Arizona, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. You're gonna think about teams of Buccaneers. You're gonna think about Tom Brady, and the wide receivers are like a supporting cast. It's an old saying, kind of like I don't know. That's just how the saying goes. Without a quarterback, uh, without a QB, the wide receivers, quarterback makes the wide receivers. So there's a truth to that with Odell Beckham, where he's not getting obviously the attention he wants. He loves, how he was in New York. He got when he left the Giants, he was getting upset because of the plays. They weren't making any moves and getting talent, and he wasn't getting the ball as much because he was getting, he threw a little shade at Eli, but that's how Odell Beckham's gonna be, bro. So
I
the
don't think it was
situation with
really Eli. He threw shade at Shermer. He's like, you got to ask these coaches, bro. Ask them, not me.
yeah, no, yeah, but he was talking about like Eli was on a downward trend, like his talent was diminishing. He couldn't.
Yeah, but that was obvious. That was
That was
obvious.
obvious. Yeah. LB,
I love Eli.
Odell wasn't wrong for saying that. Obviously, you as a
He
quarterback, you're
shouldn't
looking
have
for
said it though.
age. No,
He shouldn't have
I
said it.
mean, now look at him now. Look, he basically solidified his father's post. You could have just went on been like, I could have just you could have diffused the situation, but obviously he didn't choose to because he felt very strongly about it. If you think something like my dad will post something, or my mom, or whoever the case may be, somebody post something on their behalf talking about the displeasure, showing the displeasure for the team. If I don't feel strongly about it, I'm gonna be like, listen, this is not what not my views. What he did was what he thinks about it. I don't think the same thing. I'm obviously gonna apologize on his behalf. I'm gonna try to patch it up, do some damage control. But Odell Beckham was like, yo, I clearly feel like this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front and say, nah, that's not what I think. So he clearly doesn't care about playing in Cleveland anymore, and the Browns are going on without him. I think they're gonna be playing without him, kind of like, yo, we don't need Odell Beckham.
They've been playing without him ever since he got there. And the
Yeah,
reason
it's been like that. Yeah.
he said it himself. They sent me there to fucking, perish. Gettleman said, no, you see, this is why I'm fucking upset at the New York Giants. You sign the man for $95 million, and then
Yeah.
you ship him off. Like, what the fuck shit is that? And the
It's
thing
because
is,
of that.
we
But
knew. No, 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 no.
okay.
Hold on. I'm not finished. They knew that he was going through a lot of bullshit. They had that
Mm-hmm.
video with the Coke, whatever. I don't know if it was Coke, whatever. It could be baking soda. However you get your kicks, bro. I don't give a fuck. I just knew you were good for the New York Giants. You had fucking MetLife rocking every fucking Sunday, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? There's no denying the talent of Odell Beckham Jr. But there is pointing out the fucking I'm sorry, I got a fucking aneurysm just thinking about fucking how Gettleman did not like the kid from in the first place, and then you give him the contract. It was Gettleman that signed him, that re-signed him. They were talking all off season. It was like the biggest story. Like, what are we doing, Odell Beckham Jr.? And then he's like, we're not gonna just not ignore the kid. We're not gonna not pay him. You pay him and then you trade him in the fucking next year. Oh my god, bro. So we're in this situation. I know realistically that Odell Beckham Jr. would never be on the New York Giants because the owners and the GM, they're still there. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know
Yeah,
how Gettleman is still there,
that thing is
but
beyond
I just
repair.
think that no, yeah, of course it is beyond repair. But the thing is, I want to see Odell Beckham be great. I don't. I never hated Odell, and you also got to realize how important he was to the New York Giants. I mean, he was just
Mm-hmm.
one man, and like he did a lot of
Mm-hmm.
fucking damage.
Yeah.
He helped the. I know it's a team sport, but Odell being on our team, he helped us compete, which was fucking insane. That just one man changed the dynamic of the New York Giants, and I miss that. And I wish him nothing but success. I know he's a troublemaker, and everybody doesn't thing, but I don't know. It could be because I'm a Giants fan and like I remember everything that he did for us as a Giant fan. I
Yeah.
just want him to know if there's like one thing that he sees on the media, that there's people out there that love you, and you should know that. Coming from the amateurs, we
Yes.
want you to be so successful, bro. I'm sorry, I wanted to
No,
take the.
see, you're good, bro. Listen, you're getting your emotions out. You're venting. That's what we here. That's what I'm here for. You gotta let out your grievances. Obviously, what they did to him was kind of with the Giants. The whole situation with him and the Giants, OBJ. That's beyond repair. Like I mentioned, you can't. That's just gone already. And I wish him nothing but the best. A guy like his with his talent, it's a crime, honestly, that he's gonna be on the waivers because Cleveland's trying to do something with that. They don't want to pay him. They don't want to pay him that much money and release him, so they're trying to work something around it where they pay him less money and let him sign wherever. But like having a guy like him on the waiver wire for any team to pick up, like that's pretty bad, honestly. In terms of like the Browns, like you're letting a guy with that amount of talent to just to go off and sign wherever. Like for him to be on the waiver itself is just incredible. I think he'll definitely strive in a lot of other teams. You know, him being in a late season, not mid late season, but a mid season addition to any squad that needs that receivers that needs to bolster their receiving corps. Like any Super Bowl contender, like if I'm the Rams, I'll try to look out for him. If I have the money, the cap space, you know, Los Angeles is a team that would definitely use him. The Packers as well. I know the Packers they're in that conversation a lot about it. Or even send him to the AFC. You know, send him to another AFC contender. You know, like I'm pretty sure he'll strive anywhere else. Wherever you put him, he'll strive. You just gotta know that if you're gonna deal with him in his antics or his, I guess the drama that he will bring, you have to know that as a GM and as a head coach. You know, if you really want to deal with that, then so be it. You know, it's a whole nother story in itself. But
We're not
yeah,
gonna
bro.
touch too much on that, but I want to see Odell Beckham shine, and I'm looking at his contract notes, and there's a lot of money being left on the table because he's not producing on the field,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that's the thing about the Browns that they have to try to they're trying to figure something out for him because clearly you can't have him play after what just happened, having him sit out. Like you just can't. There's no way you could do that. So
It's unfortunate.
it really is
Um,
unfortunate.
in other wide receiver news, Henry Ruggs has been charged for manslaughter, DUI, and I'm completely shocked that something like that happened. Henry Ruggs is not too far off from our age. I think he's like 22, 23.
He's 22. Yeah, 22.
So the man, he really made a poor decision. He rest in peace to the woman and her dog that died in
Yeah.
the accident. It's unfortunate that we lost those two people. Kind of sick. Uh, being that rich, you could have just took a Uber, bro. Like what? Well, like why was like like who are you trying to impress to take your $1 million car, $250,000 car, whatever? I don't fucking know. I don't care about these high end things, but
Mm-hmm.
like why? Like I just don't understand.
I that's just the entire situation is tragic. Um,
Out of
very
all the
irresponsible.
things, all the Raiders have had so many problems this year.
Yeah, the entire
And
season with
yeah,
Gruden and Waller and now this. So it's tragic. All parties involved. You know the family of the woman, Ruggs' family now that yes they're gonna deal with this as well. Obviously his entire that's it. You're not playing in NFL anymore. You're definitely gonna do some jail time. Just how long is a whole other story. Off of decisions that listen, that's it's
could have been
inexcusable.
avoided.
Oh, 100% it could have been avoided. Do you know? I don't know if you knew this, bro, but there's a certain program that the NFL has where you can get in situations like that. Like if I'm really like, yo, I'm just like I'm fucked, like I'm just hammered, like I'm fucked up, like I know I cannot sit behind the wheel of a car, let alone a car like a Chevrolet Corvette that can push 500 horsepower. I know I can't drive that. The NFL offers you, hey, listen, you want to Uber? It's on us, you know?
They
Like, I
pay
don't know
for
if
your
you,
fucking Ubers.
yeah, you didn't
The
know that?
NFL pay for.
The NFL, if they know that if you know you have the wherewithal to let me call a cab, the NFL will spot that. They'll because they rather have you do that than to go drive
Or fucking
or
kill
or
somebody.
kill somebody in this instance. Like the NFL has a lot of little things. I found out about it today, honestly, and
Really?
they'll pay for you, Uber, bro. Like say me and you on a town, bro. We both play for the Jets or something, and we're both messed up. I'm not gonna drive. You're not gonna drive. NFL was like, hey, listen, there's a little thing, a little service, car service we provide. I don't think it's really Uber, but definitely like a car service, like on their behalf. Like they'll
Mhm.
spot the bill, like they'll sign off on the bill. Like it won't come out of your pocket, even though you have millions of dollars. Like I don't think that makes a difference, but it'll come out their pocket. NFL will do it just because they would like to avoid that a situation like this to happen. And I guess,
That's
hey, Ruggs should
insane.
have went that route. The speed that he was going at is of like outrageous, bro. Like on a local street, you're on a local street, and I don't know how Las Vegas roads are, but still local streets, you're not gonna go past. I don't even go past 60 on a local street, too, let alone go
Go
156.
fucking go 156 miles on a fucking Queen Street, bro. You're losing a fucking tire.
Not
That's
even,
crazy.
bro. You cannot do this, and you cannot do that anywhere unless it's an open road, middle of the desert, whatever the case may be. You're not
Listen,
doing it
bro.
in any city, bro. In the United
You
States,
don't
you're
see
not. How do you have that space, bro?
you
Like
don't
to
you don't see the that you don't see the LIE at nighttime like I do. Okay,
no
so
156, bro. It's an insane amount of speed, bro. I don't think I've ever seen a car go that fast, ever.
bro, the other day I seen a fucking I don't know I seen a fucking Infinity cut a truck off last second before an exit because he wanted to get ahead of him. Like he was this close to fucking killing himself just because he wanted to get ahead. Anyways, I'm tired of talking about fucking driving. It's just making me stressed. Um, Aaron Rodgers is a liar. Apparently, he lied about getting vaccinated, and he explained to the media that he was immunized. And people are comparing him to Kyrie Irving. Do you think this is a fair comparison? Knowing the two protocols because you don't really have to get
Yeah.
vaccinated in the NFL. And this is not a political podcast, and we are not here to be political. We just are gonna discuss about Aaron Rodgers, why like he would lie about something like that. Would you compare him to Kyrie Irving?
I don't know. I don't
That's
think
stupid.
what Kyrie Irving and Aaron Rodgers what they're doing, they're totally different in terms of what they stand for. I don't think you look at Aaron Rodgers as a very vocal person against, vaccinations. The fact that he kind of, I guess he found a loophole because what he had mentioned was he was immunized through some homeopathic remedy, and I guess the NFL kind of clarified it and stated it like, all right, you're immunized, so I guess that counts as you
If that's the
being not.
case, then anybody can be immunized if they
Anybody can
had
do
COVID.
that. And Aaron Rodgers is a smart. He's a smart. He's a smart guy. Knowing Aaron Rodgers, he's pretty smart. I don't think he's sharp as attack. I would assume. I don't think he's a dumb person. So to do that, pretty sure he knew something we didn't know when it comes to that stuff. But to tell the team that you're immunized, and then the Packers are kind of wondering, like, all right, what does that mean? Like, and the Packers knew obviously as well. They didn't really um, press them. They don't have any right to press the players to get vaccinated, even though it's not a required thing by them. So it looks bad on their end as well because you're not. Obviously, there's no transparency between you and Aaron Rodgers, the players. Now you have a COVID case. Devontae Adams had it too. Lazard had it too. All the entire most of the roster, three of their best guys had COVID. That's why they had nobody on Thursday night. And now you had Rodgers that had it. And he was at a party Sunday, Halloween party. Jordan Love was there too at that party. So you're like, holy shit, this guy had COVID.
Sabotage him. He's trying to sabotage the Packers, bro. That's what
He's
I
not,
think.
bro. Come on, now, no.
Bro, when
You
we
think Aaron
talk
Rodgers?
about
You really
Packers,
think Aaron? Okay.
when we're talking about Packers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Packers is his own organization. Right now, mentally, Aaron Rodgers is not on that team. He's just playing for them. It sounds stupid, but it makes sense. And I'm going to tell you why. Aaron Rodgers does not give a fuck about the Packers. As soon as his contract is up, he's leaving. He's going somewhere else. Hopefully, it's the New York Giants. But I feel like Rodgers is out to sabotage the Packers.
I'm gonna ignore what you said about a certain team and Aaron Rodgers in the same sentence. I'm just gonna ignore that. So let's throw it out there. Um, no, he's not trying to sabotage him, bro. Come on. I watch every week. There's a show that shows Aaron Rodgers being interviewed. and he speaks highly about the Packers, man. I don't think he's trying to sabotage them. He still loves to play with the Packers. He still
It's
is
just a
passionate.
theory.
I know, but it's still. I'm just going against what you're telling me. I don't think he's. I think he's more. I think
Fed
he
up.
wants to be with Green Bay. I don't think he's fed up. I mean, everything's going right for them up until now, and I think the media is blowing it up for the reason that is Aaron Rodgers.
No, I think the media is blowing it up because it's vaccination. And whenever there's fucking vaccination,
No,
there's
I'm saying
clicks.
I understand that. I'm telling
Me, I
you,
don't give a fuck. You're not vaccinated, you're not vaccinated. I don't
no,
give a fuck.
I get that. The media
Yeah.
itself, they're blowing it up. If it was any other player, like an offensive lineman, or somebody that's not a household name, I mean, they wouldn't bat an eye about it. They're just sweep it under the rug. Okay, he has COVID. It's kind of like a couple Giants players got tested for COVID and they're positive, but
Saquon.
they're not. With Saquon, he got a negative test back, by the way. So,
Really? I
but
thought he got.
yeah, he got a negative test.
Oh, okay.
There's players on that they tested positive, but they're not really like it's like all right, like
Who
you hope
cares?
that
You got
you
COVID.
hope that, no you hope you I'm hoping you hope to do okay, obviously. You hope that Aaron Rodgers does okay because obviously everybody's different. COVID affects everybody differently, so you hope they're okay. But for the most part, you're just like okay, like you don't really speak about it again until something else happens. But seeing how it's Aaron Rodgers, it's on a level like a Tom Brady level. Like Tom Brady would have, if he would have tested positive, that would have been a whole different. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine if Brady. That shit would break the freaking internet. I feel like.
It's not about testing positive. If they find out that you don't have your vaccine, they're gonna make it a big deal because that's what people like to do. They like talking. So
They stir up. They like to stir up the fucking pot, honestly, and as, that's how it is. The media nowadays, they're like it's like that. I'm not like I don't know. I don't I hate talking about it, but that seems to be the discussion literally everywhere now.
yeah,
So
man, vaccinations. Don't care if you get one. Don't care if you do.
yeah, just is your life. Fuck it, is your life.
It's your fucking life.
It's your
Um,
fucking life.
you don't have to make shit complicated.
you
Uh,
know let me just yeah. You know what's complicated though? You know what's very complicated, bro?
what's that?
What's complicated is that we can not find a general manager for the New York Mets. Why is this so complicated? I don't know. But
That's complicated.
we cannot find anybody to run the team. We cannot find somebody to manage the day to day. Somebody to be in the dugout. The Mets cannot find anybody, bro. That's another complicated situation currently.
Get me in
I
there.
will. Yo, I was gonna say, yo,
You
let's just sign up. Me and you, we could run
you
it.
know
You
how
could be the
much
GM. You could be the GM. I could be the manager, or vice versa. What would you rather be?
Listen, you know how much fucking out of the park baseball I've played? I fucking trained for this shit. I'm ready.
That's the
Put me in.
sign
Give
this
me a fucking
motherfucker up
jersey.
right now. Sign this guy right now. Get him in the dugout right this second.
New York
But
Mets, listen, this is my video recording. This is my interview. I will fucking bring this team to fucking glory. And the reason why I would do it is because it's about 20 minutes away from my house, and that's the max I'm willing to travel to go to work.
well, listen, you're gonna have to go all over the country, boss.
I that's
They're gonna
fine with
want you. They're gonna want you out west. They're gonna want you in ATL. It's gonna be a lot of different places.
you don't really gotta
Um,
travel as a GM, bro.
no, I mean it's
I'm
preferred
not
that you
managing. You
do.
be a manager.
No,
I'm
no,
not
but
doing that.
it's preferred that you do unless shit gets crazy.
I don't gotta
I
travel with
think,
the team,
I
bro. I'll
think,
be in New York.
yeah, I just find it very difficult to believe that they cannot get anybody on board. It's November. I get it's only been a month since the season ended, but you got to get shit going sooner than later because if you take any longer, bro, like free agency, you got a lot of these players that are leaving. Kevin Pillar just declined his offer, so he's gonna be a free agent. He's gone. Got a lot of people, Baez, Syndergaard, a lot of players on the Mets that they're not gonna know what they're gonna do. It's gonna be a long offseason for them, honestly. Oh, and I almost forgot. You know who got reinstated into that major league? Reinstated into MLB today, bro. Do you want to know who
Oh,
got
bro.
reinstated?
Pete Rose.
Tu Dominican tío, tu tío, Cano.
Oh my God. So he's a Met. He's gonna be a Met again, right?
The Mets still owe him 40 milli. Can you believe that?
Oh,
You know how
I
much
mean,
that's a lot of money, bro.
$40 million. That is a lot of money.
For a season, we have to pay him for next year. So if he decides I want to keep playing, we're stuck with him because I don't think anybody's going to eat that contract up, and I don't think the Mets are gonna uh release him and still end up paying him. Like they'd rather have him just stay on the team, like and pay you. We're gonna use you if we're gonna have to pay you. Like I don't see the point of releasing you and doing that. So that's
What
another
did they
thing
give
now.
up?
For
What
who?
did they give up for Robinson Cano?
There was him, Cano, and Diaz for Kalenic, Jared Kalenic, who plays for the Mariners now, and a couple of draft picks at the time, and some prospects. But the prospect was Kalenic was one of those prospects,
Yeah,
so
he was.
he panned out good for the Mariners. I mean, I don't think the trade. It's funny you mention that now. I'm just gonna like mention about that trade real quick. But that trade, I don't think I don't think it's good and bad only because Cano didn't play. He got caught up with some shit, los drogas y todo eso. And Diaz played well for us this year. So I don't I don't think we lost. I don't think we really lost that trade. So but fuck it. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a long off season for the Mets though.
Who's your second
Uh
baseman right now?
oh, I don't know. I don't know who our second baseman is because McNeil said
Oh,
I don't want to be on this team anymore. McNeil was like, yo, he's looking like I don't want to be on this team anymore. And Baez might not want to stay on this team anymore. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. Speaking of McNeil, I thought it was a rat. Honestly, you thought it was a
what
raccoon,
was it?
right?
It was a raccoon.
It was raccoon. So another story that came out recently that when they got into that altercation back in April, which seems like a freaking eternity ago now, that the guy had Lindor had McNeil like choking him out, like say if like I'm getting physical and I'm gonna like pin you against the wall almost, like mother, like that. That's what Lindor
Hey,
did to
yo, you
McNeil.
want to pin me against the wall?
I'm just saying. That's what happened, and then they said that according to sources, they were saying that the Mets players had to jump in before it escalated even to what it was. I'm pretty sure they would have went fist to blows the both of them. But I mean, they're both very competitive guys. But the argument stood. The argument had stemmed from shifting because McNeil didn't want to shift on defense. And Lindor was like, yo, I'm just going to do my thing. But McNeil was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And every time he would try to get the ball, Lindor would try to make an out. McNeil would be like, yo, I got it. I got it. Like, yo, chill. Like, kind of like, yo, back the fuck up. Like that. So I don't think if you're McNeil and you bat in 250, I don't think you don't have the leverage to be like, yo, I don't want to shift. Like, you're going to shift. You bet in 250, you had a shitty season to begin with. So
And Lindor had a great one, right?
Lindor had a good one towards the end of end of the year. He was pretty shitty for
Yeah,
the first half
well,
of the
I'm
season.
pretty sure Lindor didn't bat. He didn't bat 250 this year.
McNeil didn't do great the entire year though. Like you look at the talent, both of them. Lindor kind of came out of the fire towards the end of the year. But you cannot demand I don't want to shift. Like no, bro. You're gonna do that job. If you got a problem with
Where's the
McNeil,
fucking manager? Like,
accept.
yo, shift. This is your job. What
Rojas
the
won it,
fuck?
bro. That's a Rojas, and that's another thing with Rojas too, bro. Like
Soft as fuck.
he
Listen, this
nobody
is
wanted
what
to
you have
listen
to
to
do.
him.
What
That's
the
exactly
fuck?
like, yo, I'm gonna put my fucking foot down. You better fucking shift. If
If
not,
you don't
you're
want to
gonna get
shift,
benched. And he got and he got benched. He was at the
uh-huh.
lineup a few games in April. I remember
Okay.
he was a healthy scratch in a couple series when we had to play Chicago or something or the Braves at home
Uh-huh.
and the Nationals at home. Like they had benched McNeil, bro. So clearly there was a lot of problems with the two, him and Rojas. So like that was another thing that came out of the Mets realm, I guess you could say. Another thing, our ace, DeGrom. I hate to see him go down this year. but he had a little thing to say about the season that he took full responsibility for the Mets playing the way they did. I don't think it's his fault. You think it's his fault because he got hurt that the Mets ended up playing the way they did, or is it? You think he's just being very harsh on himself? And obviously, he wants to look. He's looking out for the team as well.
I mean, it's the right thing to say. You kind of, I think that, if he played down the stretch, you guys would have won a couple games because, DeGrom like gives up no runs a game, and the
Yes,
Mets
it's
score
insane.
no runs a game. So something would have to give. And you
Something
kind
would
of
have to
need
give.
those
Yeah.
games. You kind of need those games in a long baseball season, but it's unfortunate he went down, and it's unfortunate, but not surprising that the Mets failed this season. So
I think mm, things probably would have went differently. Him having him pitch
of
every fifth
course,
day, every fifth start, every
of
5 days.
course,
You know, you have Degrom on the mound. Being watching it as a fan, when Degrom's on the mound, I'm like, yo, we got a shot today to win. Like, there's a good chance more
yeah,
than
it gives you hope.
gives you more of a more hope. Yeah, it gives you more hope that Degrom's gonna come out, pitch lights out. You don't know what's in store. You don't know if he could throw a no hitter. Like that's Degrom's talent. So to him to say that, he takes a lot of responsibility for them falling short. I mean, it's a little harsh on himself. It wasn't just entirely his fault. The offense didn't. That's a whole other thing. But yeah, I don't think Degrom. Don't be harsh on yourself, bro. It's all right, bro. We're still here for you, Mets fans. We're here for you. We wish you out there to be on the mound next season. Come next
In
March and
good
see you.
health.
Good health, spring training. Good health, bringing back the heat, and we shall see.
Yeah, and for the Mets, that's yeah. I'm thinking about like how the Yankees are in the wild card, and like
Mm-hmm.
how Garrett Cole, like our new savior, our ace, just fucking failed me. Oh man,
You
I'm pretty
think?
sure if that was the Grom,
I was gonna ask you that. You think it would have been the same situation with Degrom?
nah, bro, he would have showed up, bro. That's what I think. When has the Grom played in the playoffs and not showed up?
And he only has, that's crazy. Degrom only has one postseason under his belt, technically, and that was when he was like in his second year. So I don't know. Postseason Degrom now, shit.
I haven't fucking start every game. The fuck?
You haven't started every game. Forget your arm. Send the bullpen. Oh no, the arm barn. Send the arm barn. Just use the arm barn all the time, not the
The
bullpen.
arm bar? What is that? What is that? That's a new name?
There's a new name for the bullpen. They
Why? Why?
Peter doesn't want to call the bullpen anymore. The arm barn. I don't. I don't really necessarily agree with that. Bullpen's been around for as long as I know baseball. As long as baseball's been around, they've been calling the bullpen. And
That's
now
Peter just goes around and they assess the world how it is, and they just try to they do everything they can to make themselves sound extremely outrageous, and they hit every time.
they hit. Yeah, there's nothing offensive about bullpen. It's a
It's
pen.
offensive
Well,
to
the
bulls.
the bull that sits in a pen. There's bull riders. There's a whole sport on bull
Yeah,
riding, and you're
that's
gonna
offensive
pinpoint
too.
bull. Okay, but you should pinpoint them. Don't pinpoint Major League Baseball that's been doing that for
Well,
over
there needs
100
to be a
years.
change. There needs to be a change. That's
So,
offensive to bulls and pens.
so what are you gonna call it? The call to the arm bar? That's what you're gonna call
The,
it?
the arm barn.
That doesn't have
That's
a nice
pretty
ring
good.
to it. Doesn't have a nice
No,
ring to it.
I like it.
Nah, bro.
The arm barn.
Nah, bro. That's enough for me, dog.
That's no. I'm just saying, like the bullpen. There's some things in this world that just like they don't have to change. Like you don't have to change the bullpen, the name of the bullpen. That's fine. I could die happy knowing that bullpen was a
Yeah.
bullpen. And if somebody told me, hey, you know,
hmm That's it. No, that's it.
somebody told me the bullpen is the bullpen, I think
I feel like yeah,
I don't fucking care.
you're not gonna
I
bat an
don't
eye
care.
to it. It's just just comes to you. Bullpen's the bullpen. That's it. It just comes to
I'm
you, bro.
just we have to be more sensitive to the bulls in pens, because if we're not, they're going to destroy us, like in Spain where they run free.
Would you run that? I wouldn't run that. But that's a whole other thing.
I don't like going outside, so no, I don't think so. I don't think I would do that. I would do it like if I got like press box access. I get to sit down,
Yeah,
I get unlimited drinks, unlimited food, and then I
you're trying to be pressed like me now, because
yes,
we press. So
you press, not me. It's all you, boss. It's all you. I'm just it's your world. I'm just living in it. Um
Hey man, listen, I appreciate that though.
so yeah, go ahead.
Another news in this past week, a lot of unveiling has been going on in the NBA. A
Mhm.
lot of hot takes on a certain jerseys, certain editions. The new
Certain
city edition
editions.
jerseys, city edition jerseys dropped. Well, they didn't really drop, but the NBA unveiled them for every team in the National Basketball Association. Our Knicks and the casual Brooklyn Nets, they unveiled their jerseys, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Both jerseys are fire. Like the
Yeah.
Knicks jersey is heat. Like that Knicks jersey is yo. And the Nets jersey as well. Like they had worn them last night against Atlanta, and they have a whole court design. Their court design is pretty clean too as well. So speaking on those two teams, the Knicks and the Nets, those jerseys are they're pretty fire, bro. Like out of the rest of the teams though, what's your consensus on these city editions, bro? I gotta get like I like you're more of a person likes to wear the darker tones, I'd say,
Yes, yes. That is fair
So
to say. And
which one sticks out to you though? Which ones you're like, yeah, I could see myself rocking it if I was a
uh,
fan or just design wise.
see, personally, me, I don't think I can rock a NBA jersey, but I'm not gonna knock it out of the realm of possibility.
Some of the jerseys
Um,
are tough on this list, bro. Some
no,
of them are
yes,
tough. Some of
no.
them are straight hideous.
I just want to make
Garbage
sure I'm
juice.
giving credit to where credit's due.
Hmm.
The Houston one is fire. I love the Houston
Yes,
one. I'm a sucker for navy blue.
that's a tough
Um,
jersey. Yeah,
the Lakers one is ass to me.
I don't know what they were thinking. No, I kind of do know.
They're like trying to
The
combine different eras. I see it. I see it. The Spurs
it
one
makes
is
it makes sense for the year
organization.
75 years,
Yeah.
75 years for the NBA. So it makes sense that they're trying to incorporate different eras, different
Yeah.
periods of time for the jerseys.
It's a
You know,
creative idea, but like I don't know. I don't see myself wearing that.
yeah.
The Dallas one, I think that's like my favorite one out of all of them.
The Dallas one, really?
Yeah, man. Like that
Kind
retro.
of
I get that
indifferent with that
retro
one.
vibe. Really? Nah, I think the Memphis one is I'm sorry, not Memphis. The Dallas one is amazing. Oh, give me
Yo,
all the
that's a
Luca
nice.
jerseys in there.
Give me
The Nets one is great too. I love the Nets one. The Nets one, I get that
Yo,
Jason Kidd
hon-
type vibe.
honestly, yeah, that was just gonna mention. The T Wolves is pretty under the radar. They got the old school Timberwolves logo with the pine trees around the pine trees around the neck, like that jersey design. That's a tough
Okay,
jersey design right there.
that's a great little thing there. But I don't like the color. Like the base color is just that's an ugly
But
blue to me.
they kind of had to make it a kind of, I guess, that kind of shade of blue. I mean, they couldn't keep it like the old school. I think maybe would have done a black jersey. Maybe would have looked
Yeah,
nice.
black.
But
I would have loved the
yeah,
black.
yeah, probably a black. The Raptors, they had to go with the
OVO.
OVO. Drake gonna put his tag on that shit. I mean, you're Drake. What you do? Basically, do what you want. You basically own the Raptors, so
No,
might as well
yeah,
go
that's a
black
nice
and gold.
jersey,
You can't go
but
wrong
I
with that
don't
one though. It's an old school design.
combining
Um,
the now and the Yeah, I like that one. The Pacers one is okay.
Chicago one's pretty nice. I like the Chicago one.
I feel like once we see these on court, they'll be a lot better. My
Yeah, the
my
only jersey.
bottom,
Hmm.
the bottom ones though, Clippers, Thunder.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't like the
Sixers.
Magic one.
The Sixers are.
It's,
It's,
that one's
I don't
mid.
like the Sixers. Nah, I don't like the.
It
You
was
know what I don't
mid.
like? I don't like what they did. The colors on the side kind of throw it off.
Yeah,
And
I see what you
if
mean.
you've seen the jersey, if you're listening, if you've seen those jerseys, you know what I'm talking about. They have the red color, a red, orange, the green, and blue on the side. Like I just don't think that speaks for Philly. I don't know where Philly got their inspiration for those colors.
Hmm.
Other jerseys like that, like you mentioned, Orlando's pretty. Orlando's. I think that Orlando jersey's hideous. Honestly, like I don't know what they were doing in there. The Pelicans one looks pretty basic. It looks like a regular like alternate jersey. It doesn't look anything. Given the Pelicans are pretty new still, but
Yeah, there's not a lot of history to go off of
the
there.
same for Oklahoma City. I think OKC, if the NBA and Oklahoma City were brave enough, they would have done like a Supersonics thing. But a lot of
They're
people
not
want
gonna
to
do that.
have a lot of people want Seattle to bring back a team, so that's not gonna happen. Denver one's pretty tough. I like the Denver one. Denver one's a little bit like kind of a mix and match of everything all together. They did a good job with that one. Uh, the
Yeah,
Blazers. mm,
a little too basic for me. And like it's I don't love the Rip City and the number. It looks off, you know.
yeah, Sacramento is pretty meh, I guess. Same for Miami. Miami tried to do a little bit too much with the lettering, but there's only so much you could do. Miami doesn't have too many iterations of their jerseys. Golden State has a little thunderbolts in the side. Can't go wrong with that one.
You know what I would
ATL.
love to see?
I yeah.
I would love to see, since Nike has a monopoly on sports jerseys for professional sports team. I would love them to combine these sports organizations,
And have like alternate versions of the jerseys, like for
like
each city.
yeah, like seeing Jets and Mets colors. I don't know. I think that's a little far fetched, and I don't think these organizations would agree to that. But I just think I just have this feeling that people would just they would eat it up.
I
I
would.
know people in New York, there would be a market for that. People would eat
There
that
would be a
shit up to
market for
have.
that.
Imagine, the Giants in the navy, and not the navy, the gray Nike Yankees away jersey. I think people
I,
would eat it up, bro.
I think if you put the color combination, it would look tough. If you want my 2 cents on this, bro, I think the Giants with the Knicks patterning, like
Hmm.
the Knicks jersey in that color combo of the Giants, but don't put like the regular blue and the traditional Giants jersey. I'd put it like get the color rush joints and put them all white with the letters. Yo, just picturing that right now. That'd be a tough jersey because the Giants color rush jerseys. They're the best out of all of them. The Giants don't have too
Yeah.
much diversity when it comes to their color jersey combos, but the color rush is the exclusion from that. Like their color rush jersey is pretty tough. I don't see any other team though. I mean, would you put the Falcons with like the Hawks or like the Colts with the Pacers color or like I don't know
Why
the
not, bro?
Nets?
They're color palettes.
What would you put the Nets then? You put them as like the Dodger blue because technically that was the only team in Brooklyn before them. You can't put them with
That's a
you
dope
can't
idea.
you can't put them with the orange because the Knicks are the orange and the blue. Technically same color combo Knicks and the Mets, so they had can't put them together. I mean, you
Jets.
put a blue and a white. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, but the Lakers would have to do that too, though. So there's your answer. I mean, they have Anaheim. They have the Angels. I don't know how they
Just
would
an
do.
idea, bro. It's just I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a. I can see that happen. Maybe if they
Maybe.
pick up steam, they should do something like this again for Major League Baseball, more city editions because some of
I
these
love
jerseys.
city edition jerseys. Do I buy them? No, I just like looking at them.
There's only the next one might be a cop for me once it goes on sale.
It's a cop for me, dog.
I want to see it on court. I'm itching to see that ish on court, bro. Like
I mean, it looks
For sure.
beautiful on court according to the promo. The promo, well done. And
Yo.
listen, I see a lot of ads, and as Americans, you see a lot of ads every day. That was a great ad.
Some of them you're just like, some of them shit is like, yo. But that one, like the whoever they got to direct that Knicks promo for the jerseys, they got to get their check because they did a fine ass job.
Got anything else for me, Ed?
Not much, boss. Pretty much, it's been a crazy ass week in sports. NFL has been kind of nuts, I'd say. Entire situation going on between the three we mentioned: Ruggs, obviously, Rodgers, OBJ. The trade deadline passed as well, and nothing happened. The NFL trade deadline. I like to just mention is that I think that is the most boring. Like out of all the deadlines in sports, NFL has to be the worst. Has to be, bro. Everything else the NFL does, the draft, the Super Bowl, regular season, the playoffs, they do that. It's fun. It's great to watch. The only thing that's I think I would point out that's bad for the NFL is the trade deadline. They never make you never hear like a big move like in baseball. Like the MLB trade deadline this past year was nuts. Like a lot of different players moved to different teams. Some of them bolstered their team to go to win a championship, like the Braves. But NFL, they didn't do much. I thought I'd like to mention that real quick, bro. Like you think is the worst out of every profession, like all of the professional leagues. You think that NFL trade deadline is the worst?
It it is, but I understand why. Football is not like every other sport. It's a mental and physical game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these teams establish, systems defensively and offensively, and it's very important for them to have the right pieces
Mm-hmm.
at their respective positions. I'm not sure the Giants operate this way because they don't know how to win football games, but I know that making a trade in the NFL is a lot harder because you're looking for people that would be able to fit your system correctly. The Rams are very good at making trades and making it work out for them. They make
Mm-hmm.
tons of trades. I'm pretty sure they make more trades than any team in the NFL because I feel like
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time there's a big trade, it involves the Los Angeles Rams because
Mm-hmm.
Sean McVay has a plan. He has a system in place and he knows like this is my football team right now. How can I make it better by adding X player? And what are the resources that I have right now to exchange? Like the
Mm-hmm.
Von Miller trade was probably the most blockbuster trade in the NFL trade deadline, which is obviously good for Von Miller. He's probably on his way to another Super Bowl win. Um,
Yeah.
but I did see the video where he was leaving the Broncos facility, and it kind of pulled on my heartstrings, and obviously the team meant a lot to him because they drafted him and they stuck with him. He stuck with them. There wasn't a lot of malice. He knew that he's getting a little bit older,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a business. But hey, it's good to see somebody go out like that. So um, I can only wish that the Giants were as good an
Just stop. Just
organization.
stop right there. Just stop right there.
Bro, I
I'm gonna
love
cut you
them
off.
so
I'm
much it
gonna
hurts.
cut you off because you're gonna go off them again, and you don't need
Mhm.
that stress, bro. I don't
I
want to
don't.
see you stressed out. You know
I
that.
don't.
I
Yeah.
I've looked. I look out for you, bro. So you can't be stressed over them. Gettleman did a
Thanks,
great
bro.
job making moves at the deadline. I give him that much. Right? He did a lot
He
of.
did.
He moved a lot of
He made the team
pieces.
better. He
Made
made
the
the
team
team better
better. Made it.
by not
Made the
making it
team.
better.
Yeah, no. There you go. Anyway, man. Anything else you like to add on today?
I am so depressed as a Giants fan.
All right,
I'm
man.
so
Listen,
depressed.
we got next week, man. We got the Raiders coming up. Don't worry about it. That's crazy.
That makes it even worse.
That makes
This
it
team,
even worse.
you got a team that fucking has so many fucking problems, and then we have a team that just has so many. We just need them to. Oh,
You know
good
what?
night, everybody. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe, like, comment. I don't fucking do something. Interact. We're here. We're always here. I just want the Giants to be good.